Tonight, in light of the police beating in Memphis, impending changes now for a crime-fighting police squad in Metro Atlanta. The Fulton County Sheriff's Office now reevaluating its own Scorpion unit. It comes after the beating death of 29-year-old Tyre Nichols in Tennessee. The officers involved were members of a similarly named Scorpion squad operated by Memphis police. Adam Murphy, live at the Fulton County Sheriff's Office. And Adam, the sheriff says this is about more than just the name.
Well, hello there. Good evening. Yes, Sheriff Labatt said in light of the heinous actions of these officers in Memphis, he now said it's time to begin to look internally to make sure something like this never happens here. The release of body cam footage showing Memphis police officers beating Tyre Nichols has prompted at least one Metro Atlanta law enforcement agency to reevaluate its own crime-fighting unit. Just like Memphis police, the Fulton County Sheriff's Office has called their special task force the Scorpion Unit. Now, Sheriff Patrick Labatt is considering a name change and a thorough review of the unit.
Proper training is the key.
Fulton County Commission Chairman Rob Pitt said he's not convinced these changes will make a difference.
And I know that there's an effort to change the name, but from my perspective, a rose is a rose no matter what you call it. So unless there's a change in training, and by training I mean not only the physical training, but the psychological training as well, the new policing tactics, whatever that means, all of the results will be the same.
On the other hand, retired Lieutenant Charles Rambo believes crime-fighting units are vital to keeping communities safe.
We must get back to the facts of constitutionally based policing practices. And that's what I trained was in the Fourth Amendment, because everything that we do incident to a search, seizure, or arrest must be backed up by reasonable expectations to privacy.
He worked for the Fulton County Sheriff's Office for 28 years and even trained members of their Scorpion unit. He says it's about leadership and cultivating a proper culture.
Units have to be supervised by those supervisors and managers that are not afraid of culture. They must be able to stand up and step up and say that when something is constitutionally not in place, this is not going to be tolerated, because now you're going to discredit the unit.
And Sheriff Labatt was not available for comment today. He was at a law enforcement conference, but his office did say he will sit down with us tomorrow to talk about some of these changes and what he sees this unit doing as it moves forward. So we'll have that story for you tomorrow. For now, we're live here in downtown Atlanta in Fulton County. Adam Murphy, Atlanta News First.
Thank you, Adam. Well,